Community radio in India is in its infancy. The idea of allowing the people to own and run radio channels that broadcast content relevant to their own lives has taken some time to gain acceptance in India. Gurgaon Ki Awaaz is currently one of the most upcoming community radio stations in India. Launched in November of 2009 in Haryana, it is a platform for and by marginalized community groups in Gurgaon, such as communities living in villages in and around this rapidly urbanizing suburb of Delhi. The station resonates with the voices, songs, stories, and struggles of millions of migrant workers and the inner city residents who have somewhat disappeared in the rapidly growing state. The station was an initiative set up by the Restoring Force, an NGO that has been working in government schools in the Gurgaon district for the past 10 years, primarily in the area of basic school infrastructure enhancement. It currently broadcasts on 107.8 and is heard by approximately 200,000 people. Gurgaon Ki Awaaz addresses the needs of the hundreds of villages, semi-urban clusters, and urban slums that fall within a 15-kilometer radius around Udyog Vihar. Despite the Millennium City tag that Gurgaon sports, more than half of its population continues to struggle with inadequate power, gaps in education infrastructure, and lack of knowledge about opportunities in education, livelihood, and income generation. The station is run by a team of community reporters, most of who are from these very target communities within Gurgaon. A content advisory council consisting of community members from different walks of life advises the core team on programming. The station's identity is closely linked to the music it plays, and listeners routinely give feedback that ever since Gurgaon Ki Awaaz went on air, they have stopped listening to other FM radios in Delhi. The mission of Gurgaon Ki Awaaz is simple. It aims to intervene in inequality of access and opportunity, especially educationally, that currently plagues the people living in the villages surrounding urban Gurgaon. The Restoring Force works with its community media radio station to promote three major initiatives: 1. Career counseling, 2. Improving English-speaking skills, and 3. The Read Gurgaon Project. Gurgaon Ki Awaaz broadcasts a regular career program giving detailed information on educational requirements, training, employment opportunities, positives and negatives, and even interviews with people who have just pursued that profession. From teacher to bureaucrat, to plumber to engineer and security guard, to doctor, journalist, model, gardener, hairstylist, and software programmer, the career program covers a very large variety of career options. The community radio station also broadcasts regular programming to assist the community to build English-speaking skills that they can utilize regardless of the profession they are pursuing. In many schools in Gurgaon, children can transcribe from the blackboard or from another child's notebook or even from a textbook. These children can write but cannot read. To bridge this gap, the Restoring Force will be launching the Read Gurgaon project on Gurgaon Ki Awaaz. The project will take the shape of a daily radio program that aims to reach 150 schools in Gurgaon to improve reading skills across the city. Gurgaon Ki Awaaz broadcasts for 22 hours daily, 15 hours of which are filled with music from local artists and groups. Programs are only broadcasted in Hindi and Haryanvi and focus on topics such as careers, entrepreneurship, migration, women's empowerment, civic issues, and folk culture, especially music, sports, and literacy. These are predominantly designed to connect the community members to experts and to each other. The station records and airs folk music and folk ballads in Hindi, Haryanvi, Bhojpuri, and other regional dialects performed by local music groups. The station does not need to broadcast any film songs, nor does it want to. In the past 18 months, it has built a bank of over 100 hours of music entirely from local musicians. Creating an open studio for local artists has given Gurgaon Ki Awaaz an invaluable collection of folk music. Gurgaon Ki Awaaz always works to reform its radio programs based off of audience interactions and feedbacks. For example, after 2 years of broadcasting, the producers learned that 60% of their listeners are indeed drivers, a fact that drove them to create a separate program and platform for drivers to share their experience and problems. Even the local police administration has offered to do an on-air dialogue with a sample group of drivers to address some of the key issues impacting the community. Furthermore, after learning that a large percentage of their audience was migrant workers, and inadvertently the children of these migrant workers, Gurgaon Ki Awaaz initiated a partnership with Sesame Workshop India Trust to bring Sesame's award-winning television program Gully Gully Sim Sim to the radio. Beginning in September of 2011, the Gully Gully Sim Sim program has been broadcasting on Gurgaon Ki Awaaz 4 times a week. These 20-minute programs featuring Gully Gully Sim Sim Muppets are coupled with the participation of migrant children and their teachers and parents through field recordings. The programs highlight the harsh realities and difficulties faced by thousands of migrant families, such as constantly being on the move, living in subhuman conditions with limited access to safe drinking water, and being consistently surrounded by a tussle for resources, often resulting in violence. The upcoming video is a few words on Gurgaon Ki Awaaz by Arti Jamin, who is the station director of Gurgaon Ki Awaaz. It was uploaded on YouTube by One World South Asia 2 months ago. Hope you enjoy.
Gurgaon Ki Awaaz is a community radio station running out of Gurgaon. We broadcast in Hindi and Haryanvi, and it is a platform for marginalized voices in Gurgaon. Basically communities that are marginalized by the urbanization process of Gurgaon. So local villages, migrant workers. So when we talk about culture, so for example, as urbanization has happened in Gurgaon, the local villagers feel that there is no space and there is no appreciation for their way of living, for their music, for their stories. And one of the mandates that we had when we started the radio station was that we would only broadcast music from the community and no film music, which is how we have functioned. So in our 22 hours of broadcast, 15 hours of music is all from the community. We have more than 1,000 songs, which includes Rajasthani songs, Bhojpuri songs, songs from UP, and the big chunk is music from Haryana.